What is up, everyone? Be the Installer here with some great summer deals. Of course, there's Prime Day, but we also have some deals going on at Best Buy. And this is stuff that's going on all summer long, but I found a few deals that I really like. One TV at the end I think is probably the best buy of the year, but it's going out of stock. So stick around to the end for that one. But if you go straight to Prime here, you get a little confused. There's just so many things on this site that you could buy. And, check out the links in the description to get anything from here or Best Buy. We appreciate it. We do get a commission on some of that stuff. But I looked at these TVs and it's like, okay, I clicked on them and then there's a million different TVs here. But one that stuck out to me, of course, is this LG C2. Now, I've told you guys this for a year and a half. It's a great TV. And the C3 this year, it doesn't really seem that it's that updated. So to save so much money on this is a great opportunity. So I would recommend the C2. A 65-inch is only $1,500. Now, of course, that's still expensive for a TV for most people. But if you're looking at an OLED 65-inch, that's fantastic. It's great for gaming, great for movies, has good operating system, all that. So I highly recommend it. And, at that same price, Best Buy also has, like I said, the Black Friday in July, and you can go through their website as well if you like to purchase there. But, they have the same deal here. Well, it's $3 more. So, Amazon's a little better, I guess. But $14.99 for a 65-inch. If you prefer Best Buy, just with their return policies and everything, for TVs, it typically is a little bit easier to return a TV to Best Buy than Amazon. You got to ship it back. And that's why I like Best Buy, but I'm fine with Amazon as well. It just depends on what you're comfortable with and what you can get in your local area. And also we have the 42-inch, which is only $7.99. Again, tough to find a monitor for this low of a price that could be as good as this. So they have the 42 at $7.99. Then they also have the 48-inch, which I believe is $8.99. So, that's wow, at this point, that might even be a better deal. Only $100 more for another 6-inch in size. I have the 48-inch. It's really big for a computer monitor, but it's amazing. So that's probably my best deal for LG. But when you're on that homepage, I noticed that they have a Neo QLED from Samsung up there. So I wanted to give that price too, because that is about $2,100. Now it started off around $2,400, $2,500. So it is discounted. It says 25%. But that got me thinking. I didn't necessarily love that one more than the QN90B. And they have that for $1,600. So you can save $500 more by buying this one, which is a VA panel. And I just like this a little bit better. Some people disagree with that and think that the newer QN90C is better. And maybe it's slightly better just because the newer panel, a little less bloomy. I don't know. I think they're both very similar in that they're, fantastic TVs and most consumers aren't going to know the difference. And if you can buy one from last year for $600 off, then you have the opportunity to buy a soundbar or other products, there's all kinds of things that you could add in there. So I think that's a really good opportunity. And then they have a 55-inch is only $1,100. And this is what I think is probably the best deal for a huge TV right now. 85-inch Samsung QN90B is $22.99. That was like $4,700 last year. Now it's $22.99. It's going to take that long, into Black Friday and beyond for the QN90C or QN95C to be anywhere near this price. So I really think that if you want a huge QLED TV, you're going to watch sports, you're in a bright room, good anti-reflective properties. That's a fantastic TV at a fantastic price, $22.99. The Sony that's not as good as this, but price-wise is similar, is the X90K. And that's $2,000 for this. I'll show it in a second, but it's not as good. And this is only $300 more, so I probably would recommend this. Now, one thing that's not a TV, but I have to mention because I have these, the Samsung Galaxy Buds 2 Pro wireless headphones. I got these headphones thinking that they would not be as good as my Sony XM4s, and I just got back from vacation. I did not take these off. These were the only headphones that I used the entire trip. The noise canceling is fantastic. I had them on because they were playing some crappy music on this tour we were on in like a big van. I had these on. I couldn't even hear the music that they were playing because they have such good noise canceling. They're very light in your ear. They don't feel heavy. They don't push into your ears. They're not uncomfortable. So I'm just saying, if you guys are Sony fans, these work with Sony TVs too. You just put them on and, Bluetooth to your TV. They're fantastic headphones. I just had to give them props because I love those headphones. And they actually have them on Best Buy's site too. They have refurbished. We actually have 2 pairs of these because mine got run over by a car. And so I had to buy a new pair. And for $99, I was like, let's give it a whirl. Both pairs came in perfectly new. There was no usage or anything, and I love them and they're working just fine. $99 for a pair of these headphones refurbished. That's a steal. You cannot beat that price. I guarantee it. You'll love those headphones. Back to TVs. Sony. Now, Sony's kind of hit or miss when it comes to these sales. They don't just go hog wild all the time. There are some deals. This is the new X90L, which I just reviewed the 98 inch. If you haven't seen the 98 inch TV, the review or the unboxing that we did, it's pretty cool. Check that out. But this 65 inch is $1,400. So, you know, we showed you that Samsung that was about $1,500, $1,600 actually. So $200 more for last year's top QLED versus this year's, you know, second best or third best LED TV. That one's a mini LED. This one's not. You know, it's a good TV. They're fantastic. Sony, fantastic TVs. Love them. I'm just trying to, you know, give you guys like honest info. Would I buy that or this? This one's pretty good. I am a big fan of their OLED models. I have not seen the 77-inch A80L. I'm sure it's great, but you know, at this point, I probably would not buy that. Ones that I do think will be really good are some of these like mid-tier models, the X80K, $800 for 65-inch, probably pretty good, but I think I have a TV that's better for you toward the end of the video here. So really, it comes back to the X90K, which is the one I was just talking about. So this is $900 for a 55-inch, which is still relatively expensive for a 55-inch. But that 85-inch TV is the one I was talking about. And that is going to be $1998, a really good TV. A lot of people buy this around Black Friday for watching sports. $2,000, tough to beat. I think most people would like it. And then if you go to Best Buy, you have some of the similar deals here. They still have the A95K, last year's QD OLED. I know people are waiting for the new A95L, which is going to be awesome. But this was $4,000 when it came out last year. It's down to $2,700. So obviously a really good price there. There is the X90. That's the same price that I saw it on Amazon. Again, same price here. This is the X85K. I do like this one. It's a 65-inch for $899. I think that's a pretty good price because this one is a direct lit TV. It doesn't have dimming zone, so you're not going to have like dimming issues, but it doesn't have as good a contrast. But overall, I think this is a pretty good TV. And of course, if you wanted to get that TV, the 83-inch A90J that I had, which is super awesome TV, $46.99. This was $8,000 when it came out. I mean, it's been as low as $5,000 recently. So you're saving $500 more. I really think this is still an awesome TV. This is the only 83-inch Sony Master Series OLED. So they have not made a next level for this. I think it's really awesome. Like, honestly, it's one of the best TVs I ever had. The only reason that I don't have it anymore is because I have the 90-inch TCL, which I had no space for. And being 98 inches, I just liked it, you know, for the size versus an 83 in our giant living room. And with Sony, I did notice that they have the Sony HD-A5000 soundbar for $700. I believe this was $1,000 before. So it's like $300 off. It's a pretty cool soundbar, especially if you get the sub and you get the, the speakers here. So if you get this whole setup, it's amazing. So, you guys would love that. And you can get either of the subs they have, the smaller sub as well, but both of those subs and those rear speakers make for a great system. And of course, I really need to mention this because the Sony headphones, the XM4s and the XM5s are fantastic. If you ever use them over the ear, I use these at night to watch TV so that, my wife doesn't have to hear it all night if I'm, up late doing work or whatever. The reason I mention this is because every time we get to Prime Day, they're like $100 off. So, $349 normally, $249 now, and they're really good. And if you wanted to get the newer ones, the XM5s, and they may be having a new one come out soon, I'm not even sure. So, they were $400, they're down to $329, and these are awesome too. I believe the only difference is that these have like 16 microphones in them versus the 8 microphones in the XM4, but I think they're both fantastic and you really can't go wrong. And getting into a couple of the other brands, Hisense, now they have the new U8K. I think it's a really awesome TV. And I'm just going to tell you, this U8K for $800, there's no way you're going to beat that TV from Samsung, Sony, or LG as far as the quality. I had just done a review on the 75-inch, loved it. And that one is not in stock here. The only one that they have right now that's in stock is this 55-inch. So if you go to 75-inch, you can see currently unavailable. And the same thing goes with the 65-inch. However, if you go to Best Buy, you can see that they do have this in stock. And so that's why I kind of want to show you both companies, Amazon and Best Buy, because they're matching prices on the one that is available. That's $800. But if you go to 65 or 75, this is the one that I reviewed, and it was initially $22.99. It's already $15.99. So I highly recommend this TV. We were blown away with the quality. The only thing that wasn't super, super bright was, widescreen HDR movies that were really dark. It was just a little darker. I think it would be fine in a darker room. And so you're probably not watching those kind of things in super bright rooms. But when you're watching HDR or gaming or whatever, it was very bright, specifically sports and TV and all that. So if you wanted to buy a 75 inch and you're not spending, you're not trying to spend like $3,000 on an OLED, $1599, fantastic deal for this TV, and I highly recommend it. Love the TV. And here's one that I really think people will consider as one of the best TVs of the year, and that is the TCL QM8. It's a mini LED TV, and it's already on sale. So we have a 65 inch for $1199. That is a great deal. Again, a lot less expensive than other TVs. We talked about the LG C2 earlier. That's an OLED, considered probably a little better than this. Like OLED versus QLED though, and this is a really bright QLED. But this is $400 less than that price right there. And I really think people are gonna love this. Now, the only problem is it's not available to August 8th through 10th. So again, that's why I go back to something like Best Buy, because they actually have the 65 in stock here. So $11.99 in stock. You can pick it up right away. You don't have to wait till August. They have the 75 as well, $16.99, but they don't have the 85 inch. That's out of stock and you'd have to find it in a store. It says unavailable. And that's in our local area anyways. So let's go back here and look and see, is the 85 inch available? It is, but not till Monday, August 7th for my area. So again, you'll have to check out and do kind of the work on this, but all these links are available in the description so you can do that. But I think this TV, because of how bright it is, because it's a mini LED, this is the third year they've been doing mini LEDs at TCL, and just the early reviews from other people, so many dimming zones, really good HDR performance. This will be a TV that you can buy and not look back from TCL. And lastly, I wanted to get you guys some TV mounts because everybody asks me, what TV mounts to mount what TVs, and there's so many on Amazon. I really think that you're best off on Amazon for this, unless you just want to buy it at Best Buy along with your TV. But there's really good brands. I have done some things with Mounting Dreams here. These ones that are just flat here, this Mounting Dream, you can get a lot of these mounts that will definitely work. All you really need is 2 hooks for each side of the TV. It's flat, it'll tilt down. 27 bucks. Can you really go wrong with something like this? And then really another one that I like is this Pippy Shell. This is a full extension mount. I've used this. I've actually done videos on this. It'll hold, 65 and under. Even a 75 would probably work on this as long as it has that 400 by 400 millimeter pattern or less. So I think, this Pippy Shell mount, one of my favorites. Typically you get a little bit of a discount here. You save 5% if you buy 3 different things. I like Pippy Shell, great company to work with. These mounts are bulletproof. I love them. And if you need one for a really big TV, then this Pippy Shell full motion mount for 50 to 95 inch TVs, awesome. Holds up to 132 pounds. Bracket comes out 29 inches. It has this back plate here that can be from 16 inch all the way to 24 inch stud placement. So if your studs are irregular, that's always nice to have. And it has these vertical bars that go up and down to expand to that size that you're talking about. So it's really big. I mean, it pretty much can hold anything you can put on there. That's that 800 by 600 millimeter Visa pattern or smaller. And it's only 67 bucks. I mean, you can't even go into a store and buy a flat mount for that price. So to be able to get this mount for $67, you even get like a $5 coupon code if you click right there. So that's $62.99. I can tell you, if you have a big TV, buy this mount, no problem. You'll love it and it'll fit. So those are all the deals that I can think of. If you have other ones, go ahead and leave them in the comments and let other people know about all the great deals. Besides all those links in the description, you'll also find the Be the Installer TV quiz where you can answer 5 questions about your room conditions, how far you sit away and all that. And it'll pop out a couple TVs that we recommend for you. They also have links for Best Buy and Amazon. Check that out. Check out a couple of these cool unboxings. We'll see you on the next one.